All right, so now that you're done with your personal narrative, we're going to do kind of a fun project, kind of in wrap up of the personal narrative. And that is you're going to create a movie poster. Your movie poster is going to depict or kind of show your personal narrative in a poster. So I'll tell a little bit more about that. So, what is it? Basically, imagine your personal narrative is a movie. Okay, you're going to make a movie poster for it. So, such as this example for The Martian, obviously there's a story that happens in this movie. However, the movie poster kind of just shows maybe the main character, maybe a little bit of the journey. It says the title, the main like actor or like the main person that's involved, as well as a lot of the other people that are in it, and then also the release date. Notice also at the top, there's a little tagline. So these are all things that you're going to include for your movie poster. So another couple examples. Notice a few things. So in this one, we have multiple main characters instead of just the one. Same with this Aladdin poster. We have all of the main characters. The big one, I think in most cases, the biggest person is going to be like the main character. So if I've never seen the Blade Runner, I would think maybe these two are the main characters, maybe more him. For this one, I'm assuming he's more the main character, and I have seen Aladdin, and I know that's true. And also the genie's really big, Princess Jasmine is really big, but then smaller, we have some kind of side characters if you look closely. So that's just kind of something to notice. Same here, there's some smaller, minor characters. So that's something that you can include for your movie poster as well. Think about your personal narrative. Who is the main person in your story? Probably you. Okay, but who else is in your story? So you're going to kind of show those people as well in your movie poster, as well as maybe some of the like setting. This, you can definitely see the setting. You can see that cave. You can see the castle. You can see the lion and the gold. And you can really see a lot of the things that happen in this movie with this movie poster. We see the characters, but we also see some of the setting. And the same thing for this one. So you want to show the setting of your story as well in that movie poster. But the main thing in the middle of your movie poster is going to be the characters. Okay. So what must it include? First of all, title. So for this one, it's Avengers Infinity War. So that's going to be kind of towards the bottom. If you'll notice, all of them are kind of in the same spot. So the main title is kind of towards the bottom for all of these. So your title, you're going to name your personal narrative, or it should already have a title. So like whatever you use for your title for your personal narrative, that's gonna be what goes there. You're gonna have a picture of the characters. Here we have, there's a lot of main characters in this movie, but I would say like Tony Stark and Thanos are almost the biggest. So I would maybe question if they're going to be some really main characters in this story. So the same thing for you. You're going to have some characters in the like background or the foreground of your movie poster. Then you'll also have the character or the actor's names. So in your story, that's going to be the people who were in your story. So if it's all the names of your family members who were there with you, maybe it was a tournament, so you would say the team members, whoever's in your story, I want you to put their names here. Catchphrase. So like we saw with The Martian, there was a catchphrase at the top. It says, help is only 140 million miles away. In that case, that's kind of ironic because usually you're like, oh, help is only a text away or only a call away. But in this case, that's really far. And so it's kind of a play on words for that one. But what you're going to do is you are going to put a tagline at the top or a catchphrase. So like something clever to describe your story. So maybe your story was about you getting stitches. And then maybe your catchphrase could be like, one small step for man, or something like, because you stepped and then you fell and then you got stitches. So something like that, something clever, something short, just like a line at the top, something clever. Also the release date, this can be creative. I want to see any kind of creative. If you want to say the due date of the personal narrative, that's fine. If you want to say 3010, which would be in like 90 years, go for it. Okay, so that's going to go there. So that release date, I really don't have a preference for what date you put for there. And then also on the back, I want you to put a synopsis or a short summary for your movie or your personal narrative, your movie. So basically 3 sentences summarizing your story, but don't give away the ending. So on the front, you're going to have this kind of a picture with all of these things on it. And then on the back, you're going to have written 3 sentences summarizing your story, not giving away the ending. Let me show you an example of a synopsis. So for example, let's do Avengers Infinity Wars synopsis. And you can just Google this if you need more ideas with how to write a synopsis. So for this one, this is just off of Wikipedia, I think. So this is Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, and the rest of the Avengers unite to battle their most powerful enemy yet, the evil Thanos. On a mission to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos plans to use the artifacts to inflict his twisted will on reality. The fate of the planet and existence itself has never been more uncertain, as everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. Right? That's 3 sentences exactly. And it kind of gives you an idea of what the movie's going to be about, but you don't give away any endings. So that's the key for writing your synopsis for your personal narrative. Tell me, just summarize your story in like 3 sentences, like the most exciting parts to get someone to want to read it. But don't give away the most exciting part or anything like that. Oops. Okay. Back to this. Also, notice that I will not be grading on your artistic ability. Believe me, if I were to make one of these, which I could, it would not be beautiful. However, I am going to grade on your effort. So I want to see that you tried. And that's really all I care about. Now, one thing that you might be wondering is, can I like do this virtually and like do it on a Google Slides or something like that? And to that, I would say maybe. And here's what I mean by that. The first thing you're going to do is to brainstorm. So I still want you to brainstorm. I want you to kind of outline or kind of draw a sketch of what your movie poster is going to look like. I still want to see that on like a piece of paper. But if you want to go off of that after you show me your brainstorm, your paper copy, if you want to go with the Google Slides after that, just to kind of have that be your inspiration, like what you're going off of, that is fine, just to make sure you have all of the items that you need to have. So yes, potentially. So how to start, Whoops. Just like in the writing process, brainstorming needs to come first. So I need you to jot some ideas on a piece of paper in your notebook. So for example, what will your picture be of? Or who will it be of? What will be the background? Kind of what do you want to include in like the big picture of your movie poster? What will your picture be? What is your catchphrase? Kind of start brainstorming a catchphrase. Remember, that's something clever, just like a 1 sentence, maybe a play on words, but something that your reader or your viewer would be able to see, and they would be intrigued or interested to read your story. Also, what could be your release date? That's something that I don't really care what you're gonna what date you're gonna put, but just kind of think, what are you gonna write for that? And then also I want you to kind of sketch out a synopsis or a summary, the 3-sentence kind of overview of your story. So what I want you to do now is draw a rough sketch or a brainstorm on a piece of notebook paper, and then take a picture of it. If that's with your Chromebook, if that's the only camera you have, that's fine. Just try to like take as close of a picture as you can, and then you can either send that to me over email, and I will respond and say, yep, this looks good, or I want to see more of this. Or you can upload it to a Google Doc and share that with me. So either of those options will be fine. Obviously, if you're in person, just sketch it out and show me. You don't need to take a picture. You don't need to put it in a Google Doc. But for those people at home right now, I do want you to like upload that to a Google Doc, or you can just take a picture and then send it to me over email. Let me show you how to do it on a Google Doc real quick, just in case somebody wants to do that. So let's do Google Docs, just a blank one. So let's say you've taken a picture already. You can just do insert image and then just upload in your, this is just my screenshots, but you can just, let's say this is your picture of your brainstorm. Just click open and it'll put it in a Google Doc, and then you can just hit share and then add my name so that I can see it. All right, so that's kind of it for the movie poster kind of concept. So at this point, I want you to start your brainstorm and just kind of show me whenever you have your brainstorm, your sketch, and I will let you know what I'm thinking about it. All right, that is all.